Hi, my name is Akila Newton and welcome back to my channel. So we are just about to wrap up December, so I hope everyone had a safe, healthy, and happy holiday season. And as the year comes to an end, I wanted to take this opportunity to really just look back and see all of the exciting things, not so exciting things that have happened within my company in the last 12 months. There were three really exciting key moments that stood out to me this year that I really want to highlight. So I would say that my number one favorite moment of the year was filming a commercial. So the fact that I got to the point where I had so many products that I was able to film a 45-second commercial with a bunch of kids that were using my products was honestly, I could not have asked for anything more. My heart was so full, and looking back at the commercial, it just makes me feel so much pride, and it's just so exciting to see how much my company has grown from 2021 to 2022, which just makes me, see that there's so much more potential for 2023. Another really exciting moment was I got to work with my dear friend Aiza, and she invited me on this incredible show that she produced and created called the Real Blackity Talk, and I was one of their Blackexperts, so I got to talk about my experience being a Black female, how I navigated the world, dealing with microaggressions, and also just like she put a spotlight on my products and gave me that moment and opportunity to shine. So teaming up with Aiza has been amazing because Aiza's been supporting me since I was working with Overture with the Arts. She also supports Big Dreamers. She actually helped and recorded all the songs for my board book. So the ABC song, 1, 2, 3 song, and Color song, which you could find on my channel. Aiza and her boyfriend wrote and produced and recorded those, and that's just brought, another level and another layer to my company, so that was a really great moment for me. And a third and final moment that really sticks out to me, mind you, there were many more moments, but this was my top 3 that I was just listing, was getting signed to a sales agency. So I'm now represented by an incredible team, and it's a company called Ampersand Inc., and they work with large-scale publishers, medium, independent, like myself, and working with them has just been a game changer for me because they now have sold my products to several different small retailers, large retailers, and my products can now be found in different retailers across Canada, and that's literally one of the dreams that I've had for so long. So to see that actually come to fruition in 2022 was so beautiful, and now my next goal, I'm hoping, is, world domination. I was actually gonna say international. I was like, that's a little too extra. World domination. Well, now that I have representation in Canada through Ampersand, I think the next logical step is maybe going to our neighbors in the US. So I'm hoping maybe like summer 2023, I can start reaching out to sales agencies in the States so then I could see my products in, larger markets like New York, California, Florida, who knows? But at this point, I feel like the sky's the limit, and I'm just so excited to see where my company is gonna go. So as much as I love celebrating the wins in my business and in my personal life, there are also a few challenges that I experienced in 2022, and I also had to make a few changes in my life. So the biggest change was I was just burning the candle at both ends, and I had to make the really difficult decision to step down as the executive director of Overture with the Arts, which is an organization that I founded and grew from the ground up in 2009. I was running it for the last 13 years, and it's literally my first baby. So I couldn't do both anymore. It was just too much. I was exhausted, overwhelmed, so I brought someone else in to manage the organization. I'm still always gonna be involved, but that was a really tough decision to make. But in all honesty, I'm really happy that I did make that decision because had I not, I would not be able to invest as much time into Big Dreamers and grow, my second baby. So that was a really big change in my life. And I guess if I also look at some of the challenges that I faced, since I'm still growing my business, I'm always working with new suppliers. So unfortunately, I was so excited to launch a line of crayons this year, and it would have been an add-on where customers and kids could actually use my crayons and color in my activity books. But even though I got samples made, I approved the samples, I got scammed by my supplier. So that was, honestly, it was a huge heartbreak, I should say, because that really did make me feel deflated. I was so excited to get these crayons out, and unfortunately they're still sitting in my storage space, but I think I may have found a solution, which I'll talk about in another video. But it's just, I guess some of the challenges that I faced was just working with different suppliers, because on top of the crayons, I also dealt with issues with the shoes on my plush dolls, and that's another thing I was really excited about, having real shoes on my plush dolls. But once again, it's really hit or miss with the suppliers. I've had so many incredible experiences working with suppliers in China, but I guess the difficulty is, since I'm not in that same continent, I don't live in Asia, I'm not gonna physically go to their warehouse to actually see the products. And even though they could send me a sample that I approve, that doesn't necessarily mean that the final product that they send me, the bulk that they send me, is gonna be exactly what I approved. So I guess I've learned a few lessons that are gonna help me move forward with my company. But I mean, 2022 was a beautiful year, but there were also challenges, as I just mentioned. Although I'm taking a few weeks off during the end of the year, beginning of the year, I am also gonna find time to set goals for 2023. Because, you know, it's very important to set short-term goals as well as long-term goals, because you have to look to the future for your business. In the past, when I wasn't represented by a sales agency, I was just able to do things and just launch a book, and then a month later I decided, okay, this is the launch date. But with a sales agency, I now have to plan well in advance. I have to plan a good 4 to 6 months in advance. That's why it's really important for me to set short-term goals as well as long-term goals, just to make sure that I stay on top of everything, because now I also have to have quarterly launches, where in the past I would launch things as I please, but now it's really, you know, every quarter of the year I'm releasing new products, and to ensure that I stay on top of that, I've got to stick to my list of goals. I would say my short-term goals in 2023 are to bring on one more team member. In my last videos, you guys saw, you met Danielle, you met Michaela, so you met 2 members of my team, but I think I really need one more person to help me in terms with operational stuff and just like project planning. I think that's gonna be a game changer for my business. And also short-term, Black History Month is just around the corner. So short-term goal is to have a really successful Black History Month, not just in Montreal, not just in Eastern Canada, but like nationwide. So that's my short-term goal list. Long-term goal list, I mentioned earlier that, you know, I would love to get a sales agency to represent me in the States. And I really, really want to start producing more animated videos. So when I released my ABC 1, 2, 3 and color videos online, I noticed that there was a lot of traction. A lot of parents were contacting me and letting me know that they really love that for their kids. And my most recent book that just came out was a Noel Christmas book. And although I do have a book rating online, I really want to do an animated short for that book. So maybe something that's about 6 minutes long to really, you know, delve deep into that story. But I think animated videos is something that I really want to add on to my business. I have a few really exciting things in the pipeline that I can't talk about just yet, but I'm really gearing up to have a very exciting 2023. I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you guys and just bringing you along for this journey, because 2022 was such a beautiful year, and I can't thank you guys enough for your continued support. And I just can't wait to bring you guys more products, more projects, and just more of me on YouTube being a weirdo in 2023. As always, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you in 2023, and Happy New Year, everyone.